President Trump last night didn't just defeat Kamala Harris, he defeated the big tech oligarchs who have tried to censor him, the weaponized system of justice against him, and he defeated the fake news media that has been lying about him and his supporters and this MAGA movement for years.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to the channel. I am Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day or your evening to view this content. Make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that if you are following me, that you are following me on all the platforms you see above and below, and hitting this like button right here is how this content like this can consistently be recommended to you, and it helps push this message out in the YouTube algorithm world. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, hitting that notification right there, the bell part. That way you can be notified when I post videos like this. So, of course, we're going to keep rolling these videos out, folks, because I told y'all it's going to be rubbed in. Yes, I'm rubbing this in. Victory has been won by the party of common sense, the party that wants the best for all Americans, the party that wants to bring back what we are supposed to be about, the party of sanity. Yes, President Trump won. We all know this. Of course, they're going to try to put these things out there like, oh, they're still counting that needs to be done. But you can see across this that multiple sources are saying, I mean, there's no path to victory. There is no path to victory for Kamala Harris here. It never really was in the beginning, folks. I told you guys that now that I've learned this realm of the political world, still got a lot of learning to do. But did I not tell you guys that based off the atmosphere that I said 6 weeks ago, Democrats must not be doing too well? They seem to be scared. Something must be up. I don't care what the news is telling us. I don't care the way they're putting it out there. Something doesn't seem right. The atmosphere don't seem right. I told you guys that the way they were pumping Kamala Harris up was the equivalent of a preview of what you thought was going to be a really good movie. And then when you got to see a little bitty glimpse of who this actor is going to be in the movie, you're like, wait a minute, she sucks. Yes. When they pumped Kamala Harris up, it was a preview of what they tried to push out, what she was going to be. But then y'all got to see her do interviews. Then y'all got to see her get out there and try to answer questions to people on the spot. Then you seen all the fakeness. You seen all the sporadic stuff that they were doing. You seen her trying to pull celebrities from the P. Diddy list to come and represent her to get a lot of you to come and vote. You seen how she act like she was black. She act like she was white. She act like she was a Southern Baptist preacher. She act like she was Latino. She act like she was Jamaican. And it turned people off, right? Anyway, it gets even better, ladies and gentlemen, because this video is another way of rubbing it in.
Joining us right now on the heels of a very exciting night, Trump 2024 National Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. Caroline, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. It's great to be with you today.
So take us inside the Trump bubble last night. At what point did he realize he won?
It is an incredibly surreal morning, and it was an incredible night for President Trump and our team when we saw the returns from Georgia and North Carolina and just the trends across the country. President Trump picking up historic gains with Hispanic Americans, black voters turning out for President Trump in numbers this nation has never seen before. We felt very good very early in the night, and all of our hard work, our ground game, and President Trump's work ethic and determination ultimately won. Last night, the world witnessed the greatest political comeback in American history. And throughout this campaign, our boss, President Trump, has faced more adversity than any candidate to ever run for office. They tried to imprison him. They forced him to take a mugshot. They tried to remove his name off of the ballot. They forced him to sit in a dirty courthouse for 6 weeks. 2 people tried to kill him, for goodness sake. And the American people see in Donald Trump, it is clear, a leader who, even in the darkest of times, is going to lift his fist in the air and say, fight, fight, fight for this country. And President Trump last night didn't just defeat Kamala Harris. He defeated the big tech oligarchs who have tried to censor him, the weaponized system of justice against him, and he defeated the fake news media that has been lying about him and his supporters and this MAGA movement for years. And I just know in my heart that President Trump is going to be a president for all Americans, even those who didn't vote for him yesterday. It is a great morning for our country.
Caroline, it was a complete rejection. So I guess because we heard a lot about democracy and preserving democracy. So 2 questions. First of all, have you guys heard from Kamala Harris to concede? And also, since it's time we should do this quickly, to transition to power, have we heard from Joe Biden to congratulate the president-elect?
Well, the last time I spoke to President Trump, and it was just a few hours ago in the wee hours of the morning, we haven't got much sleep. Neither of those people, Joe Biden nor Kamala Harris, had reached out to him. That could have changed very early this morning. I would be unaware of it. But you bring up democracy, Lawrence, and as we saw some of the exit polls from other networks last night, democracy appeared to be the #1 issue for voters. It's clear that the American people believe President Trump is the best candidate to preserve our democracy. And it shows the Democrats' message in these final weeks of the campaign that he's this alleged threat to democracy just didn't work in the eyes of the American people. They are smart enough to see through these lies, and they remembered how much better their lives were under President Trump's leadership. And I can tell you on day one, he is going to start implementing policies to strengthen our democracy here at home and abroad and make the lives of all Americans better and better.
Yeah, Caroline, what do you think the reason is? I know you've gone through some of why you think he won, but do you think it's Kamala Harris? We never really knew what she stood for. She flip-flopped on so many things and then wouldn't answer how she voted even on Prop 36 in California. We didn't really know where she was. And then she brings out these big celebrities who make a gazillion dollars, and she's telling us that she can relate to all of us with these big celebrities. Meanwhile, we were talking to people on the other side that couldn't even pay their bills, that were going to the grocery store, and they're saying, Whoopi Goldberg and Beyonce and who else? Usher. They can't relate to what we're facing. Do you think that really resonated with the American people? And they knew what they were getting with Donald Trump because they've seen it 4 years ago.
Absolutely. And as we've been saying for a while, you don't have to love everything Donald Trump says to vote for him, but you do have to love what he did for this country and what he's promising to do for you again. And it's very clear the American people saw Kamala Harris for who she is, a phony politician who will say anything to get elected. She lacks the authenticity and the conviction that Donald Trump has. When he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. And he loves this country so much. I think, again, throughout this campaign, the American people have witnessed him face so much adversity. It really woke up so many people to how corrupt the establishment is and how desperately we need an outsider like Donald Trump, a businessman who will get things done and who will fight for all Americans.
Caroline, so here's the difference. You weren't there, obviously, in 2016, but almost from the minute he won, it was questioned. They started with the Russia. There was no honeymoon. There was James Comey's antics at Trump Tower. This is different. This is a win in the popular vote by at least 5 million, winning every battleground state and exceeding where he was in 2020 in every county, especially with minorities.
That's right.
How does that change the approach today? It's not, I really did win, the Russians didn't help me. It is, I won, ready to start. So could you describe how that changes things, being that it's not close?
Well, that's right, Brian. The American people delivered a resounding victory for President Trump, and it gives him a mandate to govern as he campaigned, to deliver on the promises that he made, which include on day one launching the largest mass deportation operation of illegal immigrants that Kamala Harris has allowed into this country. It includes drill, baby, drill, and expediting permits for nuclear, for fossil fuels, for an above all energy approach that's going to bring down the cost of living in this country. It includes on day one bringing Ukraine and Russia to the negotiating table to end this war and returning to the very tough sanctions on the Iranian regime so we can stop the chaos in the Middle East. The American people are clearly longing for the policies of Donald Trump. They despise the policies that the Harris-Biden administration have implemented over the past 4 years. And the Harris-Biden administration will go down as the worst, weakest, most corrupt administration in our nation's history. And the American people proved that last night.
I like her. If this is gonna be Trump's press secretary, she seems pretty good with it, which most press secretaries are. But you can tell the way that she's speaking, the way she's doing, is definitely no fake Karine Jean-Pierre or Jen Psaki, whatever like that. Kayleigh McEnany was the bomb. Yes, Kayleigh McEnany, who signed. See that? Kayleigh McEnany. We spoke on the same stage a year or so ago up here in Chicago, and it was a phenomenal time. She was really sweet. She was really nice. Kayleigh McEnany, the past press secretary, you know, this girl right here. Y'all remember her? The beautiful Christian Kayleigh McEnany. So anyway, this lady seems like she is going to be doing a good job as well. And she fired off, as you can see. Folks, I know that a lot of y'all are not liking this right now. I know a lot of y'all are like, Ty, okay, you know, dude, you seem to be going a little overboard with it. Yes, we're going overboard because this is what it feels like when you want to get your country back. This is what it feels like when you want to have victory for all Americans. This is what you're going to be able to see when truth comes out. We got so much stuff to unpack, ladies and gentlemen. It is exciting. I can't wait to talk more about it. I'm going to do videos on the role Elon Musk is going to play, the role that RFK is going to play. You got Tulsi Gabbard. You guys, these are people that wasn't for Trump. Do you understand that? Tulsi Gabbard, Democrat. Elon Musk is a Democrat. RFK was independent. Trump, Republican. You got Republican, two used to be Democrats, and an independent together. And you talk about, we need to have unity. What more unity do you even have right now? Yeah. Anyway, let me know what you guys all think by putting it in the comments below after this video. Don't forget to do what you see in that cloud right there. Get into the cell phones, folks. We're trying to hit 450,000 subs by the end of this year. Let's do it. The next video that I will do in chronological order will be up here. Things that I do as a variety on this channel will be down here. I am Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.